Hey guys, Ryan here. This is Marriage for Men, and I want to talk about the rest of your life and the rest of my life. So in marriage, I find the rest of my life affects my marriage, right? So if my family is having issues, that flows into my marriage. If my career is having issues, that flows into my marriage. If my friends, my relationships are having issues, that flows into my marriage. And in the same way, when all those things are amazing, that flows into my marriage. That overflows, right? And I'm just thinking about how outside of my marriage, I also want to flourish. I want my marriage to flourish. And part of the way I can ensure that is by developing, by watching, by actually stewarding the rest of my life well. And I think when it comes to leading a marriage, it's not just about telling your spouse what you're doing and where you're going. It's about leading by being the example, right? Christ was an example to his disciples. And the Bible says, love your wives the way that Christ loved the church. So I want to love Jordan sacrificially. I want to give my life, give my all to her. And at the same time, I also want to live my life as an example so that she can be more like Christ by looking at me. And she can also be encouraged by looking at me. She can also be inspired by looking at me. Does that happen when your wife looks at you? And this is me preaching to me, because honestly, there's so much in my life that I still need to work on and figure out. I'm not a guru and I have so much work to do, but intention, development, goals, lifting the lid off on what you're looking at and what you're dreaming of, because the size of your dreams in many ways dictate the size of your reality. If you are striving for average, then the best you're going to reach is average, right? But if you are striving to be incredible, to have an amazing relationship, to be an amazing husband, to have an incredible, flourishing career, and you're going out there and you're hustling, you're knocking on doors, you're doing what it takes, your career is going to take off in a way that it never would if you were just going for average. If you believe your life is about more than you and you can be more than you are right now, I mean, that's a Christian thing. Is Jesus is calling us to be more. Not necessarily to have more or to be super successful business people, but he is calling us to be more like him, to be his hands and feet, to be the salt to the earth, to be the light to the world. And that takes more than just being an average person, being the same as everybody else. Or are you leading your wife in that area? This is a challenge to me. I want to lead. I want my wife to look at me and get inspired. I want Jordan to say, man, I want to do what he's doing because he has so much more to give. He's impacting people so much more. He's reaching more people. He's helping more people. I want to do that. And man, if your wife looks at you and she gets inspired, what an amazing thing. How incredible is that to a marriage? So that's just something I'm thinking about. Let me know if it rings true to you. If you have thoughts, questions, comments, please let's have a discussion below. And until next time, take care.